So, hi everyone, welcome to our new content. This is regarding on how to apply your Japan tourist visa. So, if it's your first time and or you're planning to apply for a tourist visa in Japan, I would highly recommend to check this website first. Like that's your first step to do. So this is very helpful when I've started gathering all of the documentations needed. So you can just simply go to this website. So I'm currently at the Embassy of Japan in the Philippines, and this has everything that you need pertaining or concerning to applying for any types of visas. But in this video, we're just going to discuss more of how to apply for a Japan visa for Filipinos. So when you get here, you can just simply click on this visa consular services, and this would give you this page. Like all of the details here are very helpful, so I highly recommend. I just simply check everything right here. So how to apply, inquiries concerning visas, any type of visas, you can just simply click here, and general information. And again, for Japan visa, you need to have it, or you need your application to have it forwarded to the accredited agencies, and you can just simply click on this list, and there's a lot near your location, so that would be very helpful as well. And FAQs on Japan visa, and all those very relevant information depends on your circumstances. And here are the types of visa and requirements. So personally, I would just wanted to get there as a tourist, so this would apply to me. Number one, tourism, and this would give you also all of the documentations needed right here. So it would give you the list of all of the information or documents that you need for this type of visa. So very helpful, I would say. So yeah, let me just get back to that page. So you can just simply click on this, and it would give you all of the details that you need. And this is just the first one. And the second one, if in case you wanted to request for a multiple entry visa for temporary visitor, that would also be accommodated, and you can just simply click on this. So this would give you what are the requirements needed for you to get granted with a multiple entry visa. So if you're interested to also request that, even if it's your first time, that would be totally fine. They would accommodate that as well. And right here, down right here, you can also have, so we're just concerned about the tourist visa, right? So I'm not going any further on this student, worker, etc. So let's go on the visa application documents, and this all can be downloaded. So from here, you can also download the visa application form, and if you are being invited by someone from Japan, then you can also download the invitation letter format right here. So you can just simply click on, for example, visa application, just simply click on this, and this would give you the guidance or instructions on how you can fill the form, and very straightforward. So yeah, I would say very helpful. And invitation letter, so of course there is an option for you to download Japanese or English. And list of visa applicants, itinerary in Japan, I've also used this because this is required as well. So I would create another video concerning how to create itinerary in Japan as well, just so you have a reference. And then letter of guarantee, if this applies to you, And all this information, there's also another documentation, as I mentioned at the top, request for a multiple entry visa. And this all very important information right here. If this is applicable to you, then you can go right ahead and review them. Alrighty, so this page is very helpful, and I highly recommend if you're planning to get your or plan to apply for a US or for a Japan visa, then go right ahead and visit this page. So just simply type on your browser Embassy of Japan in the Philippines. So right after that, if you're concerned about the guidance on the documentations that you're going to submit, they actually also have a very important information right here. So under types of visa and requirements, you can see here important note on document submission. So I've already clicked this right here, so I have this open in a different tab. So here are the general notes. So other than the consular services page, I would also recommend this page for everyone to go over, review it, so you will have the guidance based on what are the guidance required from the Embassy of Japan perspective. So right here you can see all of the guidance, very helpful, very straightforward. So original documentations, so those kind of how all the documents must be within 3 months, those kind of information. So it's very helpful. And all documentations must be in A4 size. If those documents needs to get printed, of course we need to have everything printed. So, and also original. For example, your birth certificate. In my case, it's my first time applying for a Japan tourist visa, so I need to submit my original PSA requested birth certificate. So it makes sure that it's within 3 months. Okay, and then so please do make sure to review all of this information right here. And of course, number 2 is your passport, and then visa application form. So they also have guidance right here. So for example, fill in all the item in English. If an item is not applicable to you, then you can put an A. So those kind of information, those are very helpful. And facial photo, for this one, most of the photo studios in our location, or they knew what are the specification or requirements for the visa application for tourists or Japan visa. So I don't think we would have an issue right here. You can just simply let them know that you're applying for a Japan visa, and they should know what to do. Alrighty, number 5 is itinerary in Japan. So I've opened that example of the form or the template that they provided as well. So you can just simply enter all of the necessary information right there, so such as your scheduled date of entry and departure to and from Japan, and then the hotel name if you're staying at the hotel, phone number and address, but you don't need to book it actually. Okay, but I'll discuss that in full detail in another video. Alrighty, so letter of guarantee if this is applicable to you, invitation letter if this is as well applicable to you, income certificate, tax. So these are for these applicants or applicants who are having their own business or applicants who are employed. So we will have our 2316 form, our employer. So that would also be helpful on your application. and this one doesn't apply to me. This I didn't submit as well. This one I submitted, employment certificate or your COE. And if you're a business owner, then the certificate of business registration. This doesn't apply to me. Alrighty, so after reading all those important notes on document submission and then checking on this page, is I've checked this tourism, which we already checked earlier, right? So all the required documentation right here are all you need to prepare or gather, and so you can apply for your Japan tourist visa. So all that were listed right here are all the documentations that I had gathered and then submitted to one of the accredited travel and tour agency. So yes, let's get started on the requirements. So my purpose, of course, is just for tourism, and so I just had my passport, and then second is completely filled application form along with the photo with the correct setting or the correct size that I've instructed the photo studio when I visited one. And then I've also requested for a copy of my birth certificate, and then since it's my first time applying, so they had also mentioned right here unnecessary if there is a use Japan visa on passport. I don't have it, so I need to submit this one. Additional requirements right here, so if this applies to you, then please go ahead and review it as well. And then fourth is the itinerary in Japan, which I promised to create a guidance as well on a different video. And this applies to me because I'll be the one to shoulder all my travel expenses. So I need to submit all this. So applicant's bank certificate. And they actually have a condition right here. If the average daily balance or the ADB in the last 6 months is not indicated, so you need to submit a bank statement. But thankfully, the bank where I had my account with had indicated the ADB, so I actually requested for a bank statement as well at the same time, just so I have all the required documentation. I'm ready. Alrighty, so number 6 is the applicant's tax payment certificate. So this is the form 2316, which every February of each year your employer will be given this to you. So you can also, that's also a required document. Number 7 is my employment certificate or certificate of employment. So just make sure that all of these required informations are indicated, like period of employment, salary, and position. And for business owners, these were the requirements as well. So yes, in case that guarantor in the Philippines will shoulder, these are the required documentations as well, which are not applicable to me. Alrighty, so yes, I hope that these are very helpful and you learn something. So if you're planning or you're soon be in Japan, so yeah, I hope that this helps you in preparing for your visa application. And I think it would be very helpful as well to always check their website for any updates. That's what I actually did in the past. Like, I've been planning to apply for a Japan visa. Like, I think 2 years had passed already, and this is my first time. This is the time that I've gathered all the courage to apply and got time as well to gather all those documentation. So yes, good luck everyone. So by the way, I was granted for a single entry visa, and it's valid for 3 months from, yeah, from the approval. So I would have until September of this year. Yeah. So that's one of the happiest days. Again, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Have a good one. Bye.